and millions of dollars of restitution.
But we promote with paper posters and in-person meetings.
Hey, I'm not sure if you guys have already answered this question, but I wasn't able to attend your board's panels yesterday, but
I think it's available on DVD.
I was wondering if you were going to do a Star Wars Robot Chicken 3, or if you think you've reached your limit of what you can do with that.
We have not reached our limit.
It's kind of endless territory.
But according to Adult Swim on air, they've told us that we are going to be doing one.
They have announced it as if it's happening.
They just have to tell us when.
Or tell us that it's happening at all.
Or send us the money that we need to make it.
But we have every intention of doing so.
Ooh, over here.
Okay.
Sid, your hair looks really nice. Would I be able to touch it?
Now this is probably the third or fourth "can I touch you" or your body or your hair or other extremities. Do you have soft hands?
More importantly, are they clean?
Do you have a gentle grip about you? Or is this going to turn into like when I first met my niece and she just grabbed it and started pulling?
Really nice.
Oh, thanks, man. You too, man. Oh, with the flight of the Concord, sir. You should wash your hands, babe. My hair's got all sorts of product in it. Oh my gosh, I loved your Spin Doctors record.
Thank you. How do you guys manage to remain so absolutely awesome? I can clarify that if you want. How do you manage to keep on coming up with
It's all
ideas?
Seth's hair product.
It's actually made from unicorn's magic.
No, if you drink unicorn blood, you remain awesome. We all learned that from the Harry Potter movies.
The hardest thing to do is to find and trap them because they're mythical. I've got to run.
Mythically delicious.
Could you do a robot chicken Austin Powers, because it would be real funny.
The closest thing that we did was in our first season. We did a parody of the reality show Big Brother with the theme of horror movie villains. So it was all these horror movie villains that had been, selected and isolated in this house, and it was like Pinhead and Leatherface and Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, and the joke was that Michael Myers eventually got evicted from the house, and Julia Chen, who's the host in the States, said, "Oh, Michael Myers, you've been kicked out of the Big Brother house. How do you feel?" And he pulls off his mask, and it's Mike Myers, and he goes, "I feel running, baby," and then he just stabs Julia Chen to death. And he's like, "Yeah, baby, yeah." That was about as close as we got, was the fact that the horror movie villain and the actor.
Well, we kind of wrote that specifically so we could get him to do the voice.
When he wasn't around, he was out of the country. We kept calling. Voicemail.
I'm just wondering.
Whose idea was the Debbie Does Dallas scene?
That's Mr. Doug Goldstein.
Doug Goldstein, who all of us, we made toys of ourselves to throw into different sketches every once in a while, and Doug is kind of the resident pervert. So, as foretold by this sketch, we did a retelling of the porn movie Debbie Does Dallas with popsicle sticks. So it's all really cheap popsicle sticks. That kind of set a standard for how little we could spend on a sketch.
One of the popsicle sticks was played by Scarlett Johansson, demonstrating her terrible judgment. I didn't mean anything by that.
I think that was when she was on the Oscar push for Lost in Translation that she came in and did that. Not wise, but
Now she's doing Iron Man 2.
Which I can't wait for.
Sorry, I'm getting to ask some more questions because I usually don't get to these panels, which is really cool.
Why
Question
don't you
one.
brag about it?
Right. George Lucas gave you guys, the seal of approval and all the rest of it for doing the Star Wars episodes. But how did he feel about his character riding on a tom-tom? And Michael, how did you hook up with these guys? Did they come to you? I'm sorry if this has been asked, but I've actually been working, so...
Let me tackle that Lucas question. He was very game and super funny, and when we were getting him to record that scene where he's on the back of the tauntaun, I was like, I need you to give me like a running down the hall sound. He's like, ah, and I go, can you like bounce a little bit? Because it'll break up your voice. And then he started going, and I was like, yeah, heavier.
But
he
even
was like,
better than that.
and I was like, we got it.
I was going to say, even better than that, the first take he did of that, he yelled so loud he blew out the microphone.
That was in the trailer. We did a bit that's actually on the first Star Wars DVD, which was just an advert for the upcoming show, and it's George sitting on a therapist's chair complaining that he's given the Robot Chicken guys the right to make Star Wars, and he's so upset because the last time he did this was the holiday special in the 70s. And he can't believe that he's done it again. And so the therapist says, oh yeah, the holiday special. And George says, it turned out so bad, I hate it. And the first take was full of such sincere venom that the mic distorted. We were like, wow. And I go, that was very real. I needed just a little bit softer. Maybe we can lower the EQ on the mic. So yeah, it was awesome. And then Michael, how did you come to hook up with us?
Well, it's quite nice actually. He called me on the phone. Hello.
Get up, fool! You ain't hurt! Sneaking and skip some nuts!
I mean, the truth is we're all huge fans of Michael's. He was one of my, he's remained one of my favorite talents. And getting to hang out with him and give him, something to be awesome, and it was so exciting for us.
And he gave us so much more than we even wanted. He
my gosh.
He remixed our theme for us.
There's a whole, in the episode that he performed it, he gave us like a whole rap at the end of it, and we just animated his character like beatboxing. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun.
And I had been watching you guys for months already because it was already on the internet, man. So I was a fan from the beginning.
I can't believe you just said that.
Yes, sir. Howdy.
When you were at high school, did you have any funny nicknames? Never they popped up in Robot Chicken at any point?
In high school, gosh, no. My only nickname was Get Him!
And my name was Make Another Noise, Fool!
There is one sketch based on Tom Root's childhood experience.
You're talking about the wrestling?
Yes.
This is the cutest story.
When I was a kid, this doesn't have anything to do with nicknames. My first big boy bed was a 4-poster bed, which looked to me at that age like a wrestling ring. And so I tied socks together and made wrestling ropes. And then I would stand on the top rope and do these big body splashes down onto a stuffed animal.
Oh, I guess talking about the bed though.
And then I did this enough times, and I guess I was old enough that the bed couldn't take it. And the bed collapsed, and it was brand new. And I didn't want to admit that I had broken this new bed, so I stacked books under the bed, kind of balancing it. And it worked for a while until I was out of town and my parents had company come over and stay the night. And there was an enormous crash.
But what were they doing on the bed?
I don't want to know.
Who stays over in a child's bed?
It was a very nice bed. It used to be.
Disrupts the balance of it so significantly that it falls off.
So that turned into a sketch from, was it season 1?
I think it was, yeah, very first season. Some little boy wrestling his teddy bear. And he's like, oh, we'll put you in a hold. And then the dad, and then here comes Dad, comes running in and body slams the kid, shattering the bed, does a 3 count, and then runs off to dinner. And the little boy just doesn't get out. What's that? Season 2?
What season 2?
Look at this is our Wikipedia in the crowd.